I've struggled my entire life with thoughts of suicide. I can remember at 15 wanting the pain inside me to end, and I just want it to die. My friend Stephanie next on the Chris Top program.
The Top, broadcasting worldwide on iHeartRadio and Spreaker.com.
Thank you for calling the Attention Deficit Hyperactive Disorder Hotline. If you have ADHD, please press 1. So you do have ADHD. Is this correct? Please press 1. Now that we know the it is only necessary to make your selection. It has been established you do have ADHD. Please. Okay, dude, seriously, if you want help, you're going to have to stop playing with the keypad. Oh, look, it's a shiny ball with bells on it. Thank you for calling the Attention Deficit Hyperactive Disorder Hotline. Portions of the day's programming are reproduced by means of electrical transcriptions or tape recordings.
You can either talk in the Chris Top program.
I am the one and only Chris Top.
You can either talk in the Chris Top program.
Broadcasting live from my lavish studio apartment.
The VCR and the DVD, there was a night of black right back in 1970. What didn't know about the World War Web was a whole different game being played back when I was a kid. Wanna get down in a cool way, picture yourself on a beautiful day. Big bell bottoms and groovy long hair, just walking in style with a portable MP3 player. You can listen to the music on the Chris Top program. You can hear the music on the Chris Top program.
This is the Chris Top program.
And I'm the one and only Chris Top, broadcasting live from my lavish studio apartment here in sunny Clarksville, Tennessee, with an ocean view. How in the hell are you doing, world? So we made it through one interview.
Yeah.
God, you gotta stop doing that so late. You go in the other room.
I'm good.
And do that. What are you doing?
I'm good.
Why do you do that all the time?
I'm cool.
Did you have fun?
Oh, yeah.
Whoever thought brain surgery could be so much fun to talk about? Wasn't she nice, though?
Yeah, it was very.
She was really nice.
Very inspiring interview as well.
She was so, and I could not believe Kristen's attitude after going through everything that she's been through.
She's a warrior.
Yeah, I mean, she had part of her brain removed. Her husband filed for divorce. I mean, it's just an amazing story. And if you missed it, you can go back and listen on iHeartRadio. You can listen on Stitcher. You can listen on Spreaker. All those places if you missed that show, because you'll definitely want to go back and check it out. Mm-hmm. And I do believe we have another inspiring show in store for you as well. Mm-hmm. We've got my good friend Stephanie that's, I hear her limo pulling up now to the studio. So that would be if she was driving, I think. So when we come back, and this is going to be a show, and I'm sure we'll laugh a little bit, but I mean, it's going to be a relatively serious show for us.
We'll laugh, we'll cry, we'll do other emotions.
But see, you made me forget what I was going to say.
I gotta go.
You always do that, yeah. But I mean, we're going to be talking about suicide, and that's a pretty touchy subject. But you know, the thing is, it's not something you bring up in everyday conversation, but if I had to guess, I bet a lot more people in your life have contemplated it at least once or twice in their life. So, I mean, it's something that we need, I think, and I bet Stephanie would agree, that we need to make people more aware of. And the biggest thing, and it was the same message in the last show, it's important, I think, too, for people just to know that they're not alone. So stick around. In about a minute, we'll be back with Stephanie.
Many will imitate, but there is only one Top.
The one and only Chris Top.
The Chris Top program, only live on Spreaker.com.
Spreaker.com.
And a proud member of iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio.
You can either talk in the Chris Top program.
You You are absolutely, positively, 100% for sure in the right place. This is the Chris Top program. And if you are listening on iHeartRadio, then you're listening to an archive show. So make sure you join us sometime live on thechristoprogram.com. It's just more fun. I mean, you can actually become part of the show. You can talk in the chat. You can ask questions. You can give us a heart. Whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I like people that are active.
You don't care.
I really
you
don't care
about none.
So, Stephanie, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well.
Sure, mic's not on.
Nope.
Now is it on?
Now, see, you sound great. Oh, see,
Hi,
she
Stephanie.
sounds better than I do. We're going to have to kick her out. I don't like that.
Yeah, go away.
See, she can text and talk at the same time. I just can't do it.
Sorry,
I
I
have
was
to
texting
shut
my
up.
daughter.
No, I have to shut up and then do it and then resume the show.
I can't even walk and talk on the phone at the same
No,
time.
you would
It's
be
like-
you'd have problems.
I almost
if you
got
were-
run over by a car the other day because I was
Don't
texting.
do that. Don't do that.
kidding.
And don't be shy because I know there's people in the chat. Feel free to talk and ask questions.
We see that you are there.
Yes.
So you cannot hide from us.
So, Stephanie, I've known you for how long now?
2 years.
2
Maybe
years.
3. Probably 3.
Yeah, so probably about 3 years. And we've had some good talks.
We have had some good talks.
We've had some really good talks. And you've told me things that, on the outside looking in, I would have never realized some of the stuff that you've been through. Just on a day-to-day basis, let's just start at the very beginning. So we're going to tell people why you're here. Because at a young age, you said you were as early as, was it 5?
Yes, as early as I can remember, yes.
Yeah, so as early as 5 years old. Now, were you contemplating suicide at that time, or was that 15 that you started thinking about that?
No, never at that time, no.
Okay. Because I don't know. My mind, I've never been there in my mind. I just haven't. And I don't know if it's just, I haven't been to the dark places you've been in, for sure. So when and we're just kicking right off the bat, we're just getting started right off the bat here. This is going to be intense. So at 5 years old, and this led up to 10 years before you were 15. At 15, you were thinking about suicide. But what started at 5? Like what? Yeah.
At 5 years old, I was molested by my mother's husband, and that's what started it. And it was just a spiral downfall from there.
At 5 years old. Now, was this something? And I know you were only 5, so I'm sure you don't remember a lot of things, and it's probably good that you don't. But was this like a daily occurrence? Was this often? Was it every once in a while? What?
It was quite often, yes.
Now, what about the other adults in your life? Where were they?
My mom was in the house. Our house was extremely tiny. I actually don't understand how, she didn't do more than she did for me.
Well, did she know about it, or was she in denial? Or
denial, I do believe, because there's no way she didn't know. I'm a mother of 3 children. There's no way I wouldn't know.
Sure. And to this day, is she in denial, or does
yes,
she?
Definitely.
All right. Now we're going to skip forward a lot, just for a second, because I want to know now. Do you ever get a chance to see him?
Yes.
And how is that for you when you see this guy, from your childhood, all these horrible things? How does it make you feel when you see him now, or how do you react?
Inside, it's still the same shaky feeling that I got as a child, but because I am a huge believer in God, and I know that a lot of people aren't, that has strengthened me and made me feel different inside, I guess. Mm-hmm. I still have, I don't like being around him at all. I don't want to be around him. I don't want to associate with him. I don't feel that I need to. I just want to get away from him when I see him.
Are you more angry at him, or is that like a
No, I'm probably more angry at my mother, not him.
I can see why you'd be angry at her.
Yeah. It's a sick feeling when I'm around him. I want to get away from him, actually.
Sure. Okay, so back to your childhood. Did you have on the outside, people looking in, did they just assume that you had a normal childhood, or could they tell that there may have been some problems going on?
No, I'm sure that people could tell. I've actually had people come up to me from my childhood that knew me as a child that that knew that something wasn't right, but they didn't speak up, because at that time, it was back in a decade where you didn't speak about those things. You didn't say anything. You just pretty much were in denial. It's not like today.
Yeah, that's what we've got, because I mean, people today are made aware of so many things, and it's a positive thing to get any kind of information out there, and there's a number of different ways to do it. But back then, it was a lot different.
It was a lot different, and people just didn't get involved back then. I've actually had some of my really close friends that knew that that something wasn't right. They didn't know quite what, but they knew something wasn't right, and they've come to me now, which has done a lot for me as far as my healing, because you tend to, when you're a victim of sexual abuse or molestation by anyone, whether it's your father, whoever it might be, you tend to carry a lot of guilt yourself. And that is something that you should never do, because it's not your fault. It's their fault. And I carried that around for a long time. So even at 41 years old, this past summer, one of my good friends, his mother came to me and told me that she knew that for a long time it was going on. And she knew something. She just never spoke up. But it healed me, because I actually felt healed, like someone knew that it wasn't. And I wasn't embarrassed or feeling guilty about it. And it was I don't even know how to explain what it did to me, but it just made me feel okay again.
It's interesting how you said you blamed yourself on
Yes.
that when you were a kid, because I guess I'm theorizing, and you can probably shed a lot of light on this for me, but I mean, I guess with kids, we're just conditioned to understand and to believe that adults are always right, and we're supposed to look up to them, we're supposed to admire them, and I'm assuming we're thinking, well, this has got to be my fault because he's an adult.
Yes, and I was made to think that it was my fault too.
Yeah.
I thought it was my fault. I thought I could do something different. I thought, well, if I put on more clothes, if I don't do this, if I don't do that, maybe I won't be as desirable. But I mean, I was a child, for goodness sakes. Like, a child's not desirable. Like, in that light, a child should never be desirable. So for a long time, I carried around a lot of guilt and it took a long time for me to heal. A long time.
Now, when you say a long time, are we talking years and years?
Years.
Yeah.
Years.
Okay. Now, if you, knowing what you know now, and a little girl comes up to you, or maybe you just suspect that something is going on, what would you tell that little girl, or what would you be able to do for her to maybe change things?
First of all, I would tell her that it is not her fault. Because honestly, almost every victim that you talk to, they do blame themselves. For whatever reason it is, they tend to blame themselves just like I did, and it is not their fault. And there is nothing they could have done different to make it not happen. And I would just tell them that they are loved and they are worthy. Because when you go through something like that, you develop a sense of unworthiness, and you don't feel very loved, and you are very insecure about a lot of things, and you grow up with all of those things. So in turn, being a child that's insecure, you turn into an insecure adult, an adult that feels unloved, and an adult that feels not worthy of love. So those things turn into a lot of different things that aren't good, and you turn to maybe some things that you shouldn't, and that's kind of what happened with me. I didn't quite go to some extremes that some girls do, but I did go to extremes. And when you go to those extremes, it is not because you're a bad girl. It's because you're acting out of pain. It has nothing to do with that you're a bad person.
So from the time you were 5 years old, and that's as far back as you can remember, when did you finally get out? When did you move away from it?
When I was 17.
At 17. So for 12 years, you just had to endure.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. Was there ever a time when you just were able to just tell him that it was wrong, that you didn't want him to do it, or was it just something that you couldn't do? I mean, what did you ever just try to get away from him?
Yes, I tried, but I was extremely scared of him too. He was not only abusive to me, he was very physically abusive to my mother. And I grew up in a very physically abusive home. My mom was very physically abusive with me. And he was never physically abusive with me, only sexually, but he was very physically abusive to my brothers. So the whole household was extremely abusive. So you just grow up in an atmosphere that is so scary that, yeah, you're scared. You're scared to say anything. My only positive light probably was going to my grandparents' house, which are my mother's parents. And